Welcome everyone to a new IoT tutorial, and in this tutorial we are going to create home security system using Raspberry Pi. In this project we are using the PIR motion detection sensor, and based on the detection we are going to send the email alerts, and basically we are also using the PiCam, the camera sensor of Raspberry Pi, so that the camera module also captures the image at the moment the motion is detected, and the same will be sent via mail to the admin. So this is the project we are going to create in this session. So agenda for this session is divided into 5 parts. In the first part I will show you the demo of the project. In the second part, the requirements to build this project, and the third part is the circuit diagram that we use for connecting the PIR sensor and the LED to the Raspberry Pi. At the fourth part we will see the how different modules of this project are integrated and working together, and at last we will see the Python code which I have written for my Raspberry Pi for motion detection and email alerts. So in this demo we can see that in the bottom right corner of my screen, this is my setup where we have this Raspberry Pi 3B Plus, and we have this PIR sensor which is connected to these pins, and we have one LED which will basically tell the state that when the motion is detected and when it is not. So let's see, this is the Python code which is currently in this state, and we have one project directory, we can see that, and this is the Python code pir.py. so there is nothing right now, and let's run this sketch, and we can see that it's none, printing in endless loop, and we now okay, so motion detected, and as soon as this motion is detected we got this image right here, we can see it. Okay, because this camera is moving right now, so it is not captured properly, but if we go to this email ID, we got the security alert email from this email, and if we check the image, it is the same image which is captured from this Raspberry Pi. You can see that. So this is the project. So talking about the requirements for this project, we need a Raspberry Pi, and it can be of any models. Here I am using Raspberry Pi model 3B Plus, but you can use any model like Raspberry Pi 0 or 4, anything. The second requirement is the PIR motion sensor, and this is used for the detection of the motion, which we have already seen in the demo. So the third requirement is the Raspberry Pi camera module, and here I am using Raspberry Pi camera module which is 5 megapixel, and you can also use this 8 megapixel Noir based camera module. As you can see in this circuit diagram, this PIR sensor, and this is connected to this Raspberry Pi on pin data pin is connected on pin GPIO 4, and this VCC and ground is basically connected to 5 volt and the ground respectively. And talking about the status LED, we have connected it to GPIO pin 2, and it is through the 220 ohm resistor it is connected to the ground. So this is the small circuit diagram for this project, and you can change this pin numbers, and if you are going to change the pin number here, you also need to change the same here in the code also. So you can see this LED which is defined for pin GPIO pin 2, and for motion sensor which is PIR, it is defined for pin GPIO pin 4. So as we can see in this architecture, this detection is carried out by this PIR motion detection sensor, and the Raspberry Pi we are running this Python script where we are checking the PIR sensor in a loop, basically, that if there is any motion, based on this detection we are performing some action. So as soon as some motion is detected, we are going to perform these many actions. So the red LED is switched from off to on state, and we are also capturing the image of that timestamp basically, and this same timestamp image gets saved to our file to our file, and also it is going to send to this email using SMTP. We are using here Gmail basically. So these are the course of action which are carried out after this detection of the motion. If there is no motion, red LED will be keep in its off state. So now let's discuss the code for this project, and you can see that I have created a project directory, and inside it images, the Python sketch is present, and this image also get saved in this folder itself. So in the starting we can see that GPIO 0 library, PyCamera library is used here. So for GPIO 0 I want to give you a small reference for that, like this library is a popular library, and it's much better to use this library. So we are not using this traditional GPIO library. You can see here there is like 5 line of codes you can see in this, and it is replaced by this simple thing, like all the things are here defined in classes, like LED class or supports blinking of LED or any action of LED. We have the LED special LED class, and the all it's come under the output devices, and we have various APIs for these output devices, and for the PIR sensor it comes under the input devices for this library. So we are implemented this library in our code. So you can see that for LED this is the small basic thing that we can see. Let me show you this output devices LED example, where we can see that from GPIO 0 we are importing the LED class, and after that we are defining, we are like passing the argument. This argument is nothing but the pin, basically GPIO pin number, and let me show you the what is the difference between pin number and GPIO pin number. So pin number is this 135 1 2 3 4 5 like this, and GPIO pin corresponding GPIO pin number is, you can see like right here. So and this library is passing, we are passing argument the GPIO pin number. For turning on this light we are just making use of the on method, and in the Arduino you also know that we have simply the digital write method, and we pass basically the high signal to that. So similarly we have LED.on method here, and for off the LED, turning off the LED, we have the off method. So this is the use of this LED in this sketch. We are using this library in this manner. Before going to the code, let's see the input device which we are using in this case is PIR device, this PIR sensor. So as you can see in this 13.1.3 section we have motion sensor, and we have used this motion sensor from GPIO 0 library, and we have defined the class, and the argument here is 4, which is the same. Let me show you the circuit diagram, and we can understand from that we have connected it to GPIO 4. That's why we are passing GPIO 4 as the argument here, and these are few methods which are present with this wait for motion, or all other methods are there, but we are only using motion underscore detected. So let me show you my sketch. So for this script we can see that we are also importing few more libraries. Let's also discuss these, like we are using SMTP lib, date time, mime image, mime multipart. So these libraries are helpful, like SMTP will be helpful in sending the email. These two libraries will be helpful in sending the image file with this email which we are sending. And the date time, we are using this to save the basically the file name, because it should be unique, like you can see here. So that's why we are using these three things. And we can see that here we are initializing the camera. So we are using the PyCamera class here, and after making the object we are using we are like setting the few properties of like resolution and rotation. So resolution is set to 1024,768. This tuple is set to this resolution, and for rotation part we are setting 180. So what this means is basically we are rotating our camera to 180 degree. So this is a very important step, because if you don't rotate it, maybe if you haven't adjusted it properly, it will give you image in like upside down manner. So this is an important step here, and these 3 line of code is very important, because these are important for the email part. For sending the email, we are using these two credentials: the email ID from which we are sending the email, and the password for that, and to which email we are sending is this email ID. So you can replace it with your credentials. Subject for the email will be security alert. You can see we have defined this globally, and this is the part, while true part, we are repeating this in regularly, and for else part we are just printing none, like nothing is detected. And LED, if LED is in on state, it will be turned off, and if it is in off state already, then there is nothing we can do. Like for on state, if PIR.motion detected, this is the same API which we are talking about. This motion detected thing returns true if the value currently exceeds threshold, and false otherwise. So the threshold will be set to 0.5. Let me see here. For threshold, we can see default to 0.5 when average of all values in the internal queues rises above this value. So we can set this threshold with from our own, but in my case I am just using the 0.5 value, and my sensors are working properly. But if your sensors are detecting false readings, then you need to set the threshold for that. So PIR.motion detected, and we just printed the someone present message thing, and after that we are turning on our red LED.on, and this is the same LED which is connected to pin GPIO pin 2. And after that we are just giving some time for our camera to set up basically. So before capturing, we are just giving some time to set up our camera. If you have already seen in the demo that our picture is quite blurred. That is the reason. The reason for that is because my camera is not still at that moment, and we need to give this 2 second of delay here. Here we are setting this using the datetime library. We are using this current datetime stamp basically. We are converting it into this format, and after that we are appending it with .jpg. So this will be the final file name of this picture image, and this file name will be like used here. And this, what it does is basically it is looking for the current directory, since we haven't given any path, and our Python code is in this project directory, this one. It will look into this directory, and it will like save the image in this directory only. So if you want to give any specific path, you can append that path, like you can append that path from here easily, like any directory you want. In this manner, so in this manner you can like add any path you want. And after that we are giving some time. Sleep method is called, and after this part we are just making these methods like mime multipart. So here we are setting up the image, and after that we are making these properties for this dictionary object, like subject, from, and to. We are setting the subject from email address and to email address to the message, this message which we have defined using this mime multipart. And this mime multipart is the same which we have used here, this mime multipart which we are importing using from this. So this message we have set all these 3 properties, and after that we can see that we are opening this file which we have saved, and we are reading that file using this mime image method. And after that we are closing that file, and we are attaching this this image which we have read in this line. We have read this image, and this image, same image, will be attached to this message, this multi-part message. We are attaching that image, and these few lines of code, we have now attached image and with our message, and our message contains subject, from, to, and the image. So all these things will be sent using this send message method. So using this method we are sending this message, and before that we are setting up our SMTP. Basically we are using the Gmail SMTP, free SMTP service. So we are setting that up. So TLS port is 587 for Gmail, and the same is mentioned here. And for login we have to use the username and password for logging, from which we are sending the email. So we have to provide the same login and password here. So we have already defined it globally. You can see right in this 17 and 18 line number. So we are just using that from the global variables. We are just using that, and after that we are quitting this service thing, and this is the part we are used in this code for sending the email. So that's how our code is working here. Now we are done with our coding part, and that's all for this video. You can find the circuit diagram and code in the description link, and please like, share and subscribe for more videos like this. And if you have any idea, join us to collaborate, or if you want to develop any IoT based project, please contact us. Thank you.